MC Radio Rental. Freestyle rap. Using some random words to prompt the rhymes. Falsify, frown, clock, step, battlefield. Yeah. If I'm on the mic, you know I'm on the rhyme. I am spitting all the truths that I'm not falsified. Cause you know that if I'm flying, then I gotta glide. Cause it's quite outlandish with the rise of light. When I see the sun, you know I am set to stun. And you know I'm never walking cause I always gotta run. I've got like 100, yeah, your mother chundered. But it doesn't matter cause I'm like Thor when he thundered. Yeah, I get so good that you gotta frown. You know I'm rapping, it's so good that they are taking off gowns. And you know we are always rapping, coming out like I'm clowning. Everything that's happening, the sun when it's downing, cause it sets when I rhyme from the head and success. You know I never left cause my pecs are frightening I guess, but I bet everything will be better than you've ever been. It ticks on the clock, and you know when we're gonna spit it, you spit all slop because you're leaving it all rotten and the rain is all sodden. You know that we are picking it up and that we dropping heat cause we got all the weight. You know that we're like Saint Nick when we get in the sleigh, and you know we take it off like Boltons that flay, and you know we go until the end of day, and you know that we're gonna take a step and the next. Everything that's happening, I don't know what's next, because we're gonna ascend to the very tip of tops, and you know that we are going like the ticks on the clock, because time is never gonna slow down by the hours or the minutes. You know I got a crown because I gonna spit it went with the loyalty, cause I am spitting like a king, I am the royalty. Yeah, we are enjoying the beat with the schism. Everybody under me, it's like it's feudalism. When I'm on the mic, you know that you should really listen, cause I'm like a Tom Cruise when I'm on a mission. You know that I can never explain the lasers. You know that I might just open gables because I tell the fables. I open up the stables, I'm making all explosions with the chaos, it's unstable. Yeah, you know that we are making all the battles. When we're gonna tell on you, you know it, we are tattle. We are gonna move like you know my name was cattle. But it doesn't matter cause we're freeing all the chattel. Get it out of the cage, break all the bars, cause you know the way you've got the lock, we hit it hard, and we're gonna escape, we're gonna break away the chains, and we're gonna open up into a whole new day, a whole new way, a whole new place to behave. You know that we are gonna run and escape. You know that we will rhyme like we're free, and eventually we are gonna be the beast back in the zoo. You know it's a clattering menagerie too, because we're getting all together like we're all up on the ark. When the animals together, they're gonna bark. Yeah, like two dogs on the ark. All right, just to make this a little bit more complicated, I'm now going to try to do the spelling bee game on the New York Times, and I'm going to try to use those words in the rhyme. This might be a disaster, but let's see what we can do. There's tail, there's alright, what else can we do with the T? I got all the tiles, running the kilometers and maybe the miles. I'm rapping without a fail. You know I'm rapping like a donkey cause I got the tail. And yeah, the rap is kinda shonky, but I just won't bray. You know we're rapping kinda funky because I'm mislaid. You know I took the wrong lane, the wrong place, and I can find my brain. You know it might be erased, and you know I might escape it like homeostasis. And you know that we are gonna rap like an alien, so open the lasers, the UFO. Every kind of spaceship where you should go, and you should know that we are going to the stars. You know we're going on forever and we're flying real far. You know I'm betting the farm, and you know raise the alarm because I rap like a llama. No cause for alarm, I'm kinda charming, ripping like I'm a prince. And you know I was like hidden, but I left fingerprints because I might be singing, might be rapping. Doesn't really matter either way, I be yapping, and we're shattering the beat, and we're gravidomatic. You know that we are shattering the pots of ceramic. Yeah, you know that we are dropping the hammers. You know that I'm like a lawyer when I'm dropping the gavel. We got gravel when we got all the wheels. You know we're going too fast, cars blue like it's teal. You know rapping like I'm in a turquoise Jeep, and you know we're going forever, and I might find heaps. I'm dropping them when we're gonna sizzle on the griddle. I'ma leave you with the rubbish when you're up on the midden. Everything that's happening revealed and then it's hidden, and you know that we're together, then we're apart in a schism. Yeah, you know that that, well, you might feel the superstitions, but it doesn't matter because you just shouldn't listen. It is all magic, we're making the havoc. Everything you're saying, it is all erratic, yeah. But you know, we rap like the clouds, you know, we're rapping really quietly and then we rap loud. And you have found that everything that I devour, like clam chowder, is made with flour because I got to bake. Make no mistake, you know, I've got all of the layers on this great big cake. You know that we're gonna eat it up a slice, and it is so exciting when I get on the mic. And yeah, maybe we should find some words. Everything that's happening speaks a stern. There's only two vowels, there's A and I, and I might find that I have got to open my eyes. There's like claim, but that doesn't use the T. I could say, alright, what else is in here? Calamity. Oh, that's a good point, Ira Coffee. Calamity. That's an awesome one. That's like the special weshel in it. You're grabbing me with calamities. When we're shattering, when we're hammering, when we're famished, then we better eat. So we better succeed. We're on the slope, so we go. So we're going with speed, and I gotta leave. And you know that the army will flee because it's so exciting when I got the sheep with the fleece. And you know I'm like the sleep because I come from the sky. I come down from high, and then I hit on your eye, and then you can't even see. The sleep made you blind, and you know that I might find better timing with rhymes. And you know why you've got the rhythm when I'm spitting superstitions. And you know that I got missions, and you know it's like it's written, but it's coming from the schism, got from the brain. You know the corpus callosum is the place that it flays, yeah, cause you know that I got a split brain, and you know left, right, way, I don't know, I'm deranged because my brain is broken and I can't, so, fuck. But thank you for having me. I'm shattering the glass and I'm making a calamity. I'm rapping like Sean Hannity, but you know that erratically is where I'm gonna eat because you know I'm feeling famished, G. So I gotta eat all the delicious greens, you know, the protein meats, you know that it bleeds, but it's gonna get better. My nutritional needs are gonna send me to the best of nutritional scenes. Look, I gotta eat, so I'm up in the market, buying all the vegetables I need, all the harvest. You know that I'm getting good, but I have just started. And you know that we're gonna go part to parts and then to the whole, you know, that maybe unfold, and then we'll make it all sold because you know we are so bold. Or maybe italic, every time it happens, you know why I'm erratic, but we will stand it and then we'll sit down. You know we gotta make it smile and then we'll make it frown. We say it loud and then we might say it quiet. Everything that's happening, you know I'm admired, but we might silence if we're too loud. You know we're ZZs every time in the town because we gotta simplify it, make it slow, because I'm going too fast, I don't know where to go. Yo. Alright, what other words are in here? Let's have a look, shall we? I was like talcum for a moment. Cattle is almost there. I suspect this isn't very exciting to listen to when I'm trying to think of words. So, let's just do some random words. Random words: mesmerize, equanimity, embezzle, temerity. Oh my goodness. Alright, those are some long words. Alright, where are we? We'll do this beat and we'll skip ahead a little bit because it starts like here. Alright, this is gonna be difficult. This is a, Yeah, I'm rapping till the end of time. I'm gonna hypnotize you till you're mesmerized. Yeah, I'm gonna end your line because you know that everything I said it twice. You know I got to repeat it, leave it easiest. I got sabers, General Grievous, yeah, but you know that we ain't retreating, you know that I'll leave you sneezing, yeah, you know that I am sending with the mini-me, I'm cloned like Snoke and I do it in equanimity, you know that you're really good, I'm kinda middling, but it doesn't matter cause I get the griddle sizzling, yeah, you know I'm gonna eat you up like mash a headle, then I'm gonna steal the cash cause I got embezzle, and you know that I am gonna go on next, you know that I'm gonna hit it cause I got the pecs, and you know I'm gonna send these with all the temerity, I am like Atlas holding the world weighing heavily, and you know that I've been rapping this way since the 70s, and you know that I am gonna rap endlessly, because you know that I've got the rhymes, you know I'm like a snake cause I'm serpentine, you know that I am really having an uncertain time, but everything that happened I have heard of twice, cause I said that I repeated, I rap so easiest, when I come from west I might retreat to east, and you know I'm fleet, and you know I'm sleek, so you know where I am going, you ain't heard of me, yeah you know that everything you heard it twice, when I'm rapping smart I'm erudite, because you know that I'm moving with all the aerodynamics, but you know I'm always moving, never staying staggered, and you know I make the trouble, I am rubble like a sluggard, you know that I'm hitting you like L. Ron Hubbard, because I got all of the aliens, and I am gonna write it down and explain all them, because you should know that the UFOs are gonna flow better than you should row, because you're up in the boat and you were up in the moat, and you know we are sailing fast and we never will slow, you've got the aliens and everything they're forming, it's crazy like misogynist, like I was some chauvinist, and you know that I am rapping like I'm sublime, you know I'm rapping so high that I might touch all the skies, and you know that I'll pine like I'm made of the trees, you know I smell nice like the 80s should be, and weightily is how I'm carrying worlds, every time the flag it'll wave it on furl, and you know that when I'm gonna go I will flow, and everything I'm playing like a soul, it doesn't matter when I hit the logs, because when I'm going swimming then I wear my togs, you know that we're sitting back in the sun and it's sunny, we are gonna take all of the things and they are sundry, when we are not walking then we maybe will be running, but you know we're rising like the sun and then we're stunning, yeah you know that everything that I am Snape I'm Severus, and everything I'm saying is connected really tenuous, but you know I'll go forever because I got endlessness, and you know that I'll put it at the end like an appendages, yeah you know that I am rapping like I'm certain, everything that you're saying is random inadvertent, so I spit a sermon and it's perfect, but if I am spitting it the cost it is worth it, yeah you know that I really should wait, but I can't stay in a place when I obfuscate, you know an obvious way that you get on your way, you know we keep on moving like the escape, look I'm hungry cause I am famished, when I'm really opulent you know it is lavish, I am gonna bite you like the rabbit is rabid, but you know that I am gonna set a new standard, yeah you know that what I evince is really true, it makes you pain like you just might wince, and you know for me it's easy, yeah it's a cinch, and you know I hit the first of the month when I will pinch, yeah I will list it just by my touch, when I get the water running then it'll gush, you know that it hits me with a rush, and you know the vegetation's green that is lush, and you know that we are sending them when they are all interim, and you know I start them then I really gotta finish them, you know that I might hit you twice, I'll drop on heads like a stalactite, yeah it is a fright but you know it's enlightening, hit you like lightning right up your spine kid, yeah it is frightening, but I'll remind them everything that's happening, I said it like twice kid, yeah a paradigm, every time I rhyme I've gotta find a rhyme, you know that I really gotta slide, if I forget then I need to remind it, I hit the fine china then we are shining, you know that our timing is so perfect, I'm right on the hour, every time it happens I will rhyme with the power, and then I will devour like the lemon is sour, everything we're sending them you know that I glower, cause I'm so hot and I'm much aglow, when I go real fast you know that I'll never slow, and you know seize on the moment, reach it and hold it, you know that I've only got one eye like a mode, and I spit a poem like I had wrote it, but you know I'm moving like a Ronin, I'm Roman, yeah oh felicitous, we should rhyme that with ambiguous. Alright, that was okay, we were going a bit too fast perhaps. Alright. Formal random words. Obloquy, florid, renowned, terse. What is obloquy? Detractive language, sharp criticism, vituperation. Obloquy. Obloquy? Obloquy. Obloquy. Cause I'm on the put the boy on this. Yeah, I'm dropping it hot. You know that everything you say it is, I know that it's not. Going on forever because you know I can stop. I'm rapping like a robot, a bot. You know that what you say is a flop. But you know that I'm moving a hop, and you know what, you go up. I go in a rocket, I'm a hobbit in a rocket, and you know you can't stop it. Yeah, I'm rapping up until you are frowned. When I'm getting all the fame, you know I'm renowned. But you know I'm speeding it with the frowns. Getting real loud, baking the flour. Look, you know that I will rap really stern. I'm gonna rap and fly like a bird. Every kind of word that I learn, I'm speaking it all soft so you know that I'm terse, cause I might have to burn when I'm spitting a verse. Coming off nice, improvised, it's rehearsed, sounding rehearsed, I'ma leave you in hearses. And you know that I will rap like the worst. It's kind of absurd when you know that the birds always be flapping cause they got the best words. And you know that I'ma take you back to school where you'll learn. And you know that I rhyme like a tern, cause a tern is a bird, and that is kind of absurd. But you know that all the energy, it comes in a surge, and I'ma leave you in hearses. I am rapping the worst, kid, but you know that I am getting better, I'm learning. Yo, I'm like a dentist, I got the tooth. When you got the get caught, I got the proof. When you are Augustus Gloop, you're up in the chute. And you know that I am gonna make it quiet and mute. Yeah, I'm rapping and you're looking all obsequious. And you know that I am rapping where the demon is. Not everything is as it is seeming, but I leave you in cement because that is the demon. Ubiquitous, you know that when I'm on the rhyme I'm really spitting this. You know that I really am a victim of this abuse, of this obsequious, ubiquitous. You think it is, but you know that you missed it, kid. I spit this shit, ubiquitous. You know that's what the mystery is. I started then I finished this, ubiquitous. You spit this shit, a mistress bitch. You know that I might fit this itch, but you know that I'm never gonna leave this stitch. Ubiquitous, you missed it, kid. Ubiquitous, I missed this. Yeah. When I'm on the mic, I got to grab this shit. You've got the small test asterisk. You know that I'm having it when we're gonna battle it. It's outlandish, cause you know we're gonna clatter it like cattle when a cow hits you real loud. You know I'm a frown because you know that I'm in the town. You know I go to ground, I duck and cover. When you run away, you know you got to run. And yeah, mercurial. What rhymes with mercurial? Uriel. Gabriel, Uriel, yeah, I'm mercurial, like Gabriel, the angel, Uriel. Yo, an angel like Gabriel, Uriel, mercurial. Look, I'm a hit with the pest. Every time it happens, a T-Rex with the pecs. Everything that you should have left, everything you leave and get the mop for the mess. You know that I'ma leave you quiescent, and you know that I will rap forever, I'm endless. Yeah, you know that I'ma hit all the pests, I hit all the rest, and you know that I'm wearing my vest, and you know I'm the Bane clone, so there is a mini-me. When we get together, there be weather with affinity. Yeah, you know that I go on nice. When we hit the rhyme, I'ma hit you like ice. I gotta grab it all, I'm not tractable. You know that on the farm got the tractor, y'all. You know that I will stack it all, and then Smash Bros smash it all. Yeah. Mercurial, material, ministerial, equatorial, Lindsay says. I mean, they're close. Mercurial, material, ministerial, equatorial. What? I can't find a lot of close rhymes for mercurial. Alright. Random words: gloat, assiduous, testiness, extra legal. I'm extra legal. When I flap my wings, you know I rhyme like eagles. I am like an Eiffel cause I hit the steeple. I am gonna thread all of the tiniest needles. Kinda evil when I'm really assiduous. You know that I'm gonna know where all of the mistresses. And you know it is quite mysterious. But I never will even fear all this, because I got to gloat when I got to float. And I'm in the moat, and I got the boat, and I'm like a little moat. I'm like a bit of dust, and you know it isn't rote. So you know I'm gonna test this. I am real invested, and you know that I have got to mop up with the messes. And you know that I am never gonna condescend this, cause I gotta tell the truth, and you know the invective. Gonna go forever with the consternation. Everything I'm spitting, it is off the brain. Quite insane, I'll leave a stain. I'll leave your brain's membrane real strained. And you know I'll assuage it, contemplative when I'm off the brain. And you know there's no stasis, because you know I have got to spit the thoughts. I spit them all and I go without a pause. And you know there is not a dearth, I'll leave you in the hearse. That is where you're going after you were birthed. But you know that certainty is burning me. So you know that I'm going hurtling, because I'm going too fast, haven't got the dupe. You know I'm gonna wrap it off the dome, I got amused. But you know that I'm not amused, because I'm not a lute. And you know I will do a fusion dance and hit you too, because once there were two and now there is one. And you know fusion makes the energy, it's like it's the sun, because the nuclear fusion might leave you boom, and then you're bouncing away like you're a kangaroo. And yeah, you know that I really had to said it. If I'm gonna hit you hard, you might leave you quiescent. But you know you're not sensible, and that is why I really got to end you all. Because you know that I'm never even stammering, because you know I am gonna rap really adamant. And you know I'm gonna be like Thor, I left a hammer. And you know that I'm like the judge, because I got a gavel. And yeah, cause I'm on the rhyme. If you hit you like a fossil when you ossify. Alright. I'm annoyed that I haven't... Oh, tally. Alright, there's one. There's another word in the game. Tally. I don't think Tammy is a word. I guess that's more of a name. What about tacit? That's good. Tacit is a good word. Matty, that's not a word. Yeah. I hit you with the tally, yeah. You know we're gonna rally, we're getting all the armies together, we're gonna weather the stormy weather, whether you are being naughty or nice. You know I'm exciting when I get on the mic, I'm gonna strive to be better than the ice. I'm so exciting, I'm cold and I might strike. I'm gonna strike, cause you know that I bowl, you know that I am walking down the boulevard when I stroll. And you know everything I'm like a troll, because I'm up in your dungeon and you just might fold, because I hit you with all of the open eyes. And you know every time it happens I just hit the spice, because I'm so tasty when I am basting. You know that we have got all of the icing lately, because I'm baking cakes every time, every day. You know I go to slay when the tastes are all slaked. And you know that I'm baked when I'm baking. And you know I am on the boat and now you're rowing on lakes. We keep moving every time on the water. We are making disorder, everything that I thought of when I'm living in Mordor, when I'm up in the tower like Sauron's eye, cause I got all the power and I go to devour all of the flour. Because when I'm baking, you know that I might have to glower. You know I'm gonna have to bake the croissants, and you know they are really taking real long, because they're so delicious when I'm up on my mission. You know that I'm a victim of this dumb superstition, but you know it is like written, because I got all my mittens, and that's when I take them out of my kitchen. And you know, spitting on mics, I'm spitting it like I'm a victim of ice, like I was frozen, like I'm getting too cold. And you know my Holden had to be sold, because I got crashed, I got all bashed, 50 lashes. And you know that's the hatch is smashed, so it's written off. And you know that you've heard where the sizzle got. Yeah, it keeps going when I hit with the flame. I'm kinda deranged and it is all spit in my brain. It's split in twain. That's why there's two. You know that's why the fusion dance when we diffuse. You know I spit the music, I never elude it. You know I will just connect to it, I'll have to infuse it. And I just keep it part of the music. And you know that I will never get away or elude it. You know the kangaroos, you know they just have to bounce. They spit in it loud. And you know that I'll hit you, I'll flounce, I'll hit you like trout, because you know I eat all the fish. You know I know you will make the most delicious dish. Yeah, I got the stitches, cause I got all the knives. You know I'm making the incisions, and you know that it's nice, because it's gonna heal. You're gonna feel better, and you know that we're gonna go, and I'll get you everything that you need, so that we will succeed. You know that we are here forever, and I never will leave, unless I leave like a leaf, because I grow like a tree. And you know putting down the roots and up the shoots, and I see I can breathe with the ATP, you know, I take on the dioxide and I have to leave it, I have to extrude it, and that's where all the O2 is flowing, so you can breathe too. I guess that I'm just part of the sphere, you know. It's been like this since I was here, and you know, I can see the future like I'm a seer, and I'm like Shakespeare, cause I'm writing like King Lear, and you know, with no fear, you know, we'll muster the courage. Are you gonna do it real nice with a flourish? Yeah, because I'm delicious when I nourish, yeah. But I have the courage cause I'm brave when I got all the staves and I got the tools, like I have got the lathe, and I'm out of my brain, and you know, we will just bathe, get together in this fucking ancient real glade, cause it's so peaceful. I leave it all nice, and you know, I can see the scenery, you see it with eyes, and you know, all of the light that came up right from the sun, and you know, up together, all together, have fun. Yeah, little peaceful scene. Alright, can we find more words here? There's only two vowels, A and I. So there's not a lot that we can do, is there? Alright, alright. Here's a fast beat. Let's just do a fast bit. Fracas, blatant, holster, finesse. Yeah, you might think you spit hard, but I spit harvest. And every time it happens, I'ma make a fuck. Let me try again. Yeah. You might think you hit hard, but I think hardest. Every time I'm making chaos, I'ma make a fracas. Yeah, you know that I'ma put you in my larder, gonna eat you, and you know that I'm a charmer. Yeah, when I'm on mics, I got to make a statement. Everything I'm saying, it is direct, it is blatant. And you know that you are buying, but I make it. Everything that you have wanted to say, then I say it. I'm a blazer, then you know I'm gonna fold it. When I keep a pistol, you know it is in my holster. And you know that I'ma spit with the success. You know I do it so nice, I'ma hit the finesse, and everything left is gonna be eaten by me, because you know I'm spitting off the dome, it's easily, and you know everything that's happening, I hit it real hot. You wanna come off, I will dislodge, and you know we are gonna go forever like I'm renowned, and you know I am spitting it all heavy with all the sound, and you know we are all rounded with all the hounds, you know I'm gonna leave them off the leashes and they bound, they're gonna run at you when they catch you too, and you know I am gonna hit you with the magic mood, and you know I am gonna find all of these solutions, make a new music, cause the fusion, cause you know that when you regret and rue it, you know I had it then I had to lose it, but you know that that's what happens cause it is elusive, yeah, you know that we are gonna have to sanction, when we get together we are gonna thank them, cause it's so good when we give them what we need, meant to be, it's like a destiny, and got the best to hate because I just won't slow, I am rapping hard because I was provoked, but you know I need the eggs, I need the yolk, because everything left has to go slow, and you know I got the purpose, that is why I swerve it, and you know that I am on the beat that I had murdered, and you know the sermon that I got spit, living it real hot, and you know that's just the tip, cause you know that there's like a lot to me, you know I'm smashing the ceramic with the pottery, you know I'm doing it real angry with ferocity, yeah, you know that there's a lot to me, I've been cloned. First there was just a trickle, you know that I'm like Elmo giving me a tickle, you know that I am in the left and right, I'm in the middle, but you know I'm on the griddle and I'm making it all sizzle, cause you know that I am grabbing you, I got all of the lassitude, and you know that you can't find me in longitude or latitude, yeah, you know I gotta open up the spigot, I'm gonna hit you on the head because you are a bigot, and you know I'm infinite cause I go on forever, and you know that I'm never gonna take apart or sever, yeah, you know that I have got a lot, you know that I'm doing this, it's my penchant, and you know why I'm not sensible, at least ostensible, and you know that I am gonna open up the pencil, and I need a stencil, you know, alright. Yeah, you know that I will pick it up and drop it. Everything you're spitting, it is decorative and florid. And you know I gotta say it cause I will acknowledge that when it's breakfast time you gotta eat the porridge. Yo, you should go, I'm a moat and I will float. I can feel I emote and I have rode it when it's improvised. But you know I'm like Odin with open eyes. Yo, you know that I should wait. You know that science is all about a correlation. But I'll inflame it and might make statements. But you know that I might take away, erase them cause I made a mistake. And you'd have got to retract it. When I wave the magic wand, you know it is magic. I'm never static, I am erratic, dynamic, and you know it's gratis, it is free. You know that I am rhyming here, you know I'm kinda blithe when I inspire. Fuck you, you know that I have got to palliate every fuck. Yeah, we gotta subsume it, use it or lose it. When we get together in a dance, it is fusion. But you know I'm gonna fill up the room. If you know I'm not careful, it will be your tomb. Yeah. Okay. Rob says hydration check. Yeah, that's a good idea. Alright. Surely we can find a bit more in this spelling bee game. Actually, shuffling them might help. I think the T maybe should go towards the end. Surely litty is a word? No? Oh, these New York Times people don't know anything. Alright, so we did tally. We did tacit. But having just an A and an I is so limiting. Yeah, we did calamity, tacit, tail, tally. We basically got to like, I feel like we got to end with the Y. I just want to find one more word, goddammit. Oh, catty. That's a word. Catty is a word. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Found a word, so I'm really feeling happy. Getting conflict like we're feeling catty. You know I need the sweetness, need the taffy. But you know that we are gonna win the rappy. Yeah. We're gonna change your nappy. Cause you've been acting like a baby. You're gonna shame me, you'll raise me. But you know that you've been that way lately. Yeah, you know that I have just got to know. When I'm biting with my teeth, you know I open my maw. And you know, everything I see I had saw. But you know that I got the gavel laying down laws. And you know, I should go cause you know that I wait. Every time it happens like the eyes they dilate. And you know, I am gonna rap like I'm Scabbers, like I'm Harry's rat, sword in the scabbard. Yeah, you know I'm gonna make all the havoc, moving erratic, sword in the scabbard. Yeah, you know that I'm a break it and breach, and you know that I'll arrive and then lately I'll leave. And it seems to me that it's kind of egregious, kind of evil to leave all the lesions. Yeah, but you know that I'm making them hollow, like all of the water it evaporates shallow. Yeah, you know that I'm the guy, you know I will open eyes if I have to pry. You know a silent night, I might admire it, but you know I'm gonna arouse all the sirens, cause we are firing, I say what's not. When we end the war it is a denouement, but you know I'm so picturesque and I'ma hit your head like a picaresque. I don't know what that word even means. Apparently it's like a rogue or adventurous scene. You know, I spit it like it's destiny, and I am trying to really be like the best of me. And you know, we open up, I have to drone when there is the robot up in your home. And everything I've seen I've been shown, but you know I never stay still, I'm a roam. And you know I really said it, stay in hermetic. You know the Alright, how about we read a random poem? How about we do that? Random poem from the Northern Anthology of Poetry. Let's just read some random bits. That looks kinda lame. Alright. While he was talking thus, the lonely place, the old man's shape and speech, all troubled me. In my mind's eye, I seemed to see him pace about the weary moors continually, wandering about alone and silently, while I these thoughts within myself pursued, he, having made a pause, the same discourse renewed. A leech gatherer on the lonely moor. Oh, well that's sad. That's Wordsworth, apparently. Yeah. Walking and you know what I saw was a lonely man, he's up on the moor. Collecting the leeches like 4 or 4 or 100 more. Yeah, he's got them, they will bleed. I guess that is his medicinal need. Doing it is just for the coin up on the moor that he don't enjoy, cause you know he needs to drop all the economics, and you know he's scrubbling on the ground, he's like a hobbit, but he'd rather be up in the space, he'd be in rockets, cause you know he's got all of the faces in a locket. Yeah, you know the dig is up on the grass, looking for the leeches and he's looking real hard, or maybe in the water, that is what he fought for, but you know that everything is is out of the disorder. So you know that he has got to pick it in the pockets. And you know he's rapping, I compared him to a hobbit. But you know that he has got to keep all his blood, otherwise he's leaving it with leeches in mud. So you know he's got to pick them when he's got the rickets. And you know we've got to oppose it with all the pickets. And you know that baby he has got a little mistress, but you know he's always so you know that he will miss it. Yeah, you know that he will also collect kittens, cause you know that they get broken then he's gonna fix it. And you know that I might even pick it like a flower, devour it. I see the look, he's up on the hills, he's up in mountains and he's up in the rills. He's wandering and maybe he's acknowledging everything that he had remembered then forgotten. Cause you know it goes away when we open sway, everything that happens in the night and day. Cause we're gonna hear it, then we might fear it. Then when it's gone we might wish it was back, wish it weren't static. Everything is moving cause it's always dynamic. Everything leaves then it snaps right back like elastic. Cause you know time is drastic. Yeah, you know that he is under the sky when he's got to rhyme like the open of mics. And you know he's not sly cause you know he's not slight. But you know that he will go on like the fish that he fries. Yeah. Lindsay says you should try making some blackout poetry. What is blackout poetry? I don't know what that is. That sounds interesting. The heart asks pleasure first, and then excuse from pain, and then those little anodynes that deaden suffering, and then to go to sleep, and then, if it should be the will of its inquisitor, the privilege to die. Well, that's a downer. That's Emily Dickinson. Yeah. You know that I weather the brain, all the good and bad, all the pleasure and pain. Yeah, you know that I am on the rhyme, you know, then he's gonna ask for an anodyne. You know what the will of it's, whether it is good or bad or whether it's a privilege. Yeah, you know that I will start and then I'll finish. Got to find the rhyme because I am the rap inquisitor. Yeah, you know the way you're deadening because everything we cut apart we're severing. She is rapping about endings, and you know that way you're gonna put an appendage at the very end, you know, drop all the suffix, cause you know that I know the love where the rub is. Yeah, you know that that's the open and black, the white and black, the opposites that we will attract and then detract, cause you know that we open and lack everything that we have that we hadn't grabbed, cause you know that we are going to always change, you know that we are gonna go real fast, and then we're snails, and then we're lame, and then in graves like open staves, and then we're gonna get away and open slain. Yeah, you know that we ain't got nothing left, and you know all the energy that I spit from my head, it will then be dead, cause you know that it's sad, all of the good balanced out by the bad, and you know every stanza comes all gratis, but you know I see it then you know that I have it. You know that it's a black time when it's really dark, and I'm that guy when I'm spitting on the mic and I'm trying to interpret, cause Emily Dickinson, you know that she'll serve it, you know that she's worth it, she writes on the surface, she has enough words hadn't to surface. Yeah, but you know that we will just surf it, go on the water and spit like a sermon, cause you know that the tides they rise and they fall, everything that's happening it rolls like a ball, cause you know that we are feeling right ambiguous, but you know that it's rolling back up down, it's like we're Sisyphus, and that we're the victim of the endless time, and you know it is chronic dropping, cause you know I find it up in the mind, and maybe it's silent, but if I forget it then please remind me. Look, you know that it just will never end, everything that is left unsaid, everything that's in the mind we leave on the bed, we leave it on the pillow, and you know that it's dead. God, that is really sad. Emily Dickinson make me feel bad, but maybe not even in a bad way, because you know that we gotta sway with open brains and opening graves, or maybe that we just won't remain, we just won't stay, cause you know that we just gotta bay, we gotta bay like the bay where the waves always sway, cause you know that all the water finds all the disorder, and you know we're rapping like we're Sauron and we're Mordor, and you know that it is everything we fought for, but you know that we are gonna leave all of the doors, they open up, they leave us all through, everything that's happening we're sneezing at you, but you know that it's rude, bouncing like kangaroo, and then maybe we will get back in the groove, with the yin and the yang, with the open pan, with the crash and the bang. We're feeling all of the noise, all the ups and downs, everything we enjoy, and maybe we're buoyed when we're floating up on the water. All the ups and the war. but will maybe survive, but otherwise I'll just rhyme like a pirate. Okay. Alright. We're going to wrap it up there. Thank you for listening. This was Radio Rental 103. I think it's fun to just sort of throw in these random different influences. Random words, random word games, random poems. I'm just trying to shake up my brain a little bit and trying to invite new words, because it's really easy to just like repeat the same patterns over and over. And repeating patterns is part of how you get like a firm foundation to be able to have something to rap, but then you also need to be open for new stuff to actually be flexible enough to actually adapt and improvise and actually do things that are new at the same time. I think what I'm trying to say is that this is a fun challenge. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Cheers. Oh, and yeah, blackout poetry sounds cool.